Good morning, my V family all over the world. This is your Chief. Welcome to Instagram Live of week 27. All right, is it week 27? Yes. Week 27, first week of Rank Advancement Month. I hope week 26 you guys achieved your TAT. Let me do a few shout outs right now. All right, we have Rawar, Amani, Nirmal, Nashmal, Tani, Dark Miss, what's up? Hanamat, Ramya Ranjan, Joseph, Saad, Avnit, Tiger Rio, Sachin, Hussein, Akash Chol, Vicky Ras, of course, my loyal Instagram live follower. We have Rita, QNet official. We have Som Tamang, Kumaran, Binhas Ibrahim, Assalamualaikum, Mamo, Daudu, alright, Sidhu, we have Dreams, Kalai, AVP Kalai, what's up, Pratik Sadarani, Aslam, Dilip, Krishi, Shusmita, Ankit, alright, Pushpendra, Munira, Ronnie, Mohammed, Dashik, Yasin, Rokin, alright, Rajinder, Prem from QVI, alright, all of you are familiar with Prem, who does all the trainings for QVI and QNet, Tarun, Monica, I am Anup Chowdhury, Rocky, Ruchita, Atira, Deepak, Pujari, Mashut, alright, Mr. Perfect, Vipin, alright, what's up, to everyone around the world, okay, Atli Hassan, V partner, Atli Hassan in the house, how are you doing, Atli? Kalpesh, Shubhashri, Sangwan, Malik Nitesh, Bilal Shilhat, Mohana, Aladia, Yadu, Deep, Jane, Sarinya, Ramu, Princess Devani. Alright. Okay, greetings. So firstly, alright, Assalamualaikum to all my brothers and sisters around the world. Privyet to everyone, all right, from the Russian-speaking region. Bonjour. All right, je t'aime to everyone from the French-speaking regions. All right, namaste, wanakam, aibowan, apa kabar, ni hao ma, wie geht's for those from Germany and all over Europe. I can't actually say greetings in all the languages. So to everyone in the European Union, greetings from your chief, salam. All right. To all my brothers and sisters from Iran, greetings. I'm going to do a shout out for Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Hong Kong. How are you guys doing? Kazakh, I see you. Tunisia, I see Turkey, all right, I see India in the house, Sri Lanka, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco, how are you guys doing? Tanzania, what's up? Kenya, all right, Ghana, how are you guys doing? Morocco again, Tunisia, Egypt, Saudi, Assalamualaikum, UAE, all right, Tunisia, I see you. Azerbaijan. Salam to everyone in Iran. Iraq. Kurdistan. Alright. I see you. Nepal. Namaste. Pakistan. I see you. UAE. I see you again. Oman. Alright. I see you guys in Afghanistan. Libya. What's up? Alright, good morning. Welcome to week 27. This is the first week of your rank advancement. I'll be shouting out greetings to everyone else around the world as we move along. Okay, And guys, this week I want to talk about something very important. So please listen carefully to your chief. All right. I was trying to explain to somebody who's not a networker. All right. You could say like a prospect, but more of a friend who was trying to understand what is truly required for you to do in your journey of networking, in your journey to achieving success in network marketing. And this is a question everyone asks along the journey, but this was asked by somebody outside, all right, our industry, somebody who's not in the journey yet. Okay, I'll sign the person up, don't worry. Okay, and I was trying to explain in basic terms, and I want you to listen very carefully because you need to also understand what you need to do on this journey. What's your main job, your main duty as an upline, as a networker, whether it's a prospect, a brand new sign up, or somebody who's been in the journey for a long time. Bottom line, what is required of you on this journey? Now, ultimately, I believe that a lot of people who get into network marketing because London, I see you, all right, all the way in London. Sudan, I see you. Okay, Pakistan, Dubai, yes, Kazakhstan, I see you again. Good morning, Algeria, I see you, Algeria, Tanzania, all right, good morning, Cote d'Ivoire, yes. I see you, India again. I see all of you guys, the United Nations of Chiefs Instagram Live. And the question is, what do you need to do? So here's what I realize, okay? Majority of people who come into network marketing have a mindset that they want to give it a try. Everyone. They want to try this concept called network marketing. They heard the story, all right? They saw the presentation. They heard about the multitude of success stories that you have shown them of your uplines, of the V partners, AVPs, V councils. You speak a lot about our great founders, Japadas Bismarck and the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, my mentors. And they start their journey. Now, once they start their journey, a lot of us spend a lot of time giving them information about QNet, about this great industry, about the fact that e-commerce entrepreneurship is the only thing that is going to save you during this pandemic and economic collapse. But what you fail to understand, that ultimately the main duty of us in a networking industry is to convince people that they can achieve success. Now, the reason this is important is because majority of people were brought up, they went through life not truly understanding their true potential. They don't. And you don't blame them because they saw their parents who had a mediocre existence, their grandparents, their family, their friends. Everyone has a job, just over broke, a job, and everyone is surviving. And life is not that bad. And suddenly, they get into this business where their ultimate goal is financial freedom. And I've defined this many times to you. What is financial freedom? Financial freedom is making a lot of money that you don't ever have to worry about money anymore, because 99% of the human race worry only about one thing, that is money. And you know this. They struggle to pay their bills. They worry about the future of their kids and everything. And suddenly they sign up in QNet. But they still have not been convinced, or they are not convinced themselves, that they can make it big in QNet. And yes, they hear the testimonies of the uplines, of the V partners. They know that it's possible, but they don't believe that it's possible for them. And this is a block people face. And when you pursue your dreams, and when you build your network marketing organization, your business, aiming for max out, but if you don't believe that it's possible for you to achieve max out, then you keep doing the work, the presentation, attending training, attending everything else, but you're just doing it Like, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home. Like, do a presentation, come back home, go a presentation, come back home. But you don't actually believe that success is possible because your mindset, you have been programmed in such a way your whole life that you are meant to remain mediocre, die mediocre, and not achieve greatness. Because greatness or extreme success is something so rare that you watch it on YouTube success stories, all right, but you don't actually believe that it's possible for you. Because people believe that you need to be extra special, that you have to have a certain skill set, that you must be blessed. And Dato Sri always says, people believe that their planets must be aligned, that ordinary people don't achieve extraordinary success. That is the rule of life. So what people do, they come into network marketing, but they don't actually believe that the time will come when they achieve extreme success. So if you ask me, what is the ultimate goal of a networker? Your ultimate goal is to convince the people you sign up, to convince the people in your organization that achieving max out, achieving 5,000 US a week, achieving 2,000 US a week, achieving any kind of success in network marketing is possible. And it has nothing to do with your DNA. It doesn't require you to be extremely intelligent. I'm living proof. All right. It doesn't require you to have a qualification or a skill set. That achieving extreme success is a belief system, is a paradigm shift, that you have to believe what I believe, okay? So when I started building my network, I didn't believe that I had it in me, okay, to be a max out king that I am now, to be the chief that I am now. And I sat down with Dato Sri Vijay many nights in his house, trying to convince him that I don't have what it takes 22 years ago to become who I am today. And he spent many nights, all right, Dato Sri Vijay style, to convince me that every person has it within them to achieve greatness. Now, I'm not here to bullsugar you and give you a motivational speech. I'm here to tell you that I am living proof that an ordinary person, because sometimes when you hear the testimonies of the uplines, when you come to VCon and you see the great ones on stage like V partner Adli, V partner Arun George, V partner David Sharma, V partner Sati Senatiraja, V partner Dave Vadwani, Dave Joel, all right, and you hear their stories and you are sitting down in the crowd and you are thinking, oh my God, these people are extraordinary. They're like Superman and Batman and Superwoman like Kavita, Padma, all right, Donna. And suddenly you are impressed with the stories you hear, but you can't relate to them. And you think you don't have what it takes. All right, then you hope for some form of luck or some beautiful circumstances where you sign up Atli on your left and Arun on your right and you're maxed out for life and your next generation is maxing out. But I want you to understand today on this Instagram live that all these people you look up to, including me, including Japa, Dato Sri Vijay, we are ordinary people. We are just like you. You need to understand this, that I grew up, all right, below the poverty line. My mother was a single mother, a civil servant, a school teacher who had to support 3 sons in a small town in Malaysia called Teluk Intan. All right, I barely saw any form of luxury living, and life was difficult. And I went through the same journey as you. I had a few very good friends. All right, we did naughty stuff. Okay, I fell in love, like many of you, at a young age with a boy or a girl, guys, depending. And life was ordinary. All right, I struggled through college. I struggled through school. Okay. And then, but I had dreams somewhere at the back of my mind. I wasn't the most hardworking person. I am ordinary. And I need you to understand this. That each one of you watching me on Instagram Live or going to watch this later on my grid, on my IGTV, you see, ordinary people can do extraordinary stuff. That's how God created us. God created everyone equal. When you look at Mark Zuckerberg, when you look at Bill Gates, when you look at Steve Jobs, God bless his soul, all right, people like Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, they had normal lives, guys. They had nothing extra. They didn't have extra brain. They didn't have a extremely better educational system. They had ordinary parents who struggled to pay bills, who sent them to ordinary schools. But you see, at some point, somebody took enough time and effort to explain to them that all you have to add before the word ordinary is the word extra, and you become extraordinary. As simple as that. And if you ask me what was my turning point when I became successful, or when I believe I could be successful, that max out was a possibility, was the hours I spent with Dato Sri Vijay. And I don't know how to tell you this. The more time I spent with Dato Sri Vijay, I realized how great of a mentor, how unbelievable a man he was. But I also could relate to him, that he grew up just like me. I knew his parents. He knew my parents. He grew up in a small town. And I suddenly had that faith in myself that if somebody like Japadas Bismarck, all right, who grew up in poverty, who didn't have any form of high level of education, who grew up as a yogi in the mountains and dedicated his life to spiritual growth and enlightenment, somebody like Dato Sri Vijay, whose father and mother were both civil servants or government servants, and they could become these great men, these founders of one of the strongest, most unbelievable network marketing organizations in the world. And I could relate to them. So I know that you see Adli, you see Kalai, and every one of these V ambassadors today, and you think, wow, unbelievable, they're so great. No, they're just like you. And I want you to relate to that. I want you to understand that me, Adli, Kalai, Ibrahim, Said Amir, Yusuf Sila, Fofana, all right, Mohanad, Motas, okay, Tobeng, who are selling coffee in the market. We're just ordinary people. But somewhere along the line, especially thanks to Dato Sri Vijay and Japa, they convinced us that all we had to do was make some big decisions, make some basic sacrifices, all right, and be hardworking and be consistent and never surrender when you face challenges or enemies, and be a bit of a warrior and fight a little bit, and you could achieve greatness in this business. And I want you to believe in this. I want you to understand that I did not have to get a PhD to become a max out king. You don't have to be the smartest kid on the block to achieve greatness in network marketing. It's simple stuff, all right, that we, the ordinary people, your uplines, decided to do. And I need you to listen very carefully to this, all right? The first thing you have to do is you got to decide for yourself whether you really want, financial freedom, extreme success. Because sometimes people don't want it. They think they want it. They follow the crowd. They go with the flow because you're under pressure to want to be successful. Some people just want to plant carrots and be ordinary. I don't know. Some people maybe enjoy go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home. I don't know why, but they do. So the first thing I did as an ordinary kid, 22 years old, was to decide deep down within myself that I don't want to lead an ordinary life. I don't want to struggle every month to pay my bills. Watching my mom struggle, I didn't want to live like that. Now, I respect what my mom did. Maybe she didn't know how to achieve financial freedom. I didn't know whether networking was available to her or any form of business. And I respect her tremendously. But I made up my mind at 22 that I had to get out of, poverty. That in every family, there is a person who breaks the cycle of poverty. And I decided that I would be that person. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't greed that drove me. It wasn't the cars, the houses, the Rolex watches. Those were dreams. But my driving force was I didn't want to be poor anymore. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. I wanted to change my circumstances. And thanks to Dato Sri Vijay spending that hours with me, he made me believe that a 22-year-old ordinary kid could achieve greatness if you really wanted it. And I need you to decide that today on this Instagram Live. You got to decide how badly you want the things you think you want. I don't know whether I'm making sense. But sometimes you think you want it, but you don't want it badly enough. That was the first thing I did. I didn't want to die poor. I didn't want my generation to go through what the previous generation went through. I wanted to be that person in that family who would break that cycle of poverty, who would change generations to come. All right? And I made that decision. Now, it's not easy to make that decision at 22 years old. You understand? At 22, your priorities are different. You wanted to party. You wanted to fall in love again and again and again. You wanted to live a normal life that other 22-year-old kids lived. And Dato Sri Vijay spent that hours with me. And of course, my promise to my mom. And I was that kid who promised my mom the sky, the moon, the stars. You understand? Amma, one day you will fly around the world. I will get you a car, driver, a big house. A lot of kids do this. And I made that decision. Tajikistan, I see you. And I made that decision. And I don't know why. I'm surprised today that I see so many people who come into QNet. And I just look in their eyes and I know they haven't made that decision. I mean, they enjoy QNet. They love the fact that they are e-commerce entrepreneur. But they haven't made that decision that they want to break that cycle of poverty in their family. They haven't made that decision that this is it. And I think you need to make that decision very seriously on this Instagram Live. All right? And that's important. That success is a decision. It's not automatically. You must want it. That's the first thing you got to make. A decision. And if I made that decision, all right, and it's not a small decision, it's a big decision, right? And secondly, when you make that decision to achieve success, to be a max out king or queen, to have financial freedom, all right, and if you ask all the V partners, AVPs, they will tell you this, then it requires great sacrifice. And I sometimes feel that the people who complain they're not making money, QNet doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. These are the people who haven't accepted the fact that to achieve great success, to break the cycle of poverty in their family, to create a foundation for the next generation, requires great sacrifice. Remember this. Without great sacrifice, nothing can be achieved. Even when it comes to love, to bringing up your kids, to being a good person, you need to do great sacrifices. This is common sense. And I don't understand why people are surprised when they realize that, oh my God, I have to do presentation, I have to attend training, I have to do TAT, I can't just sit down at home and watch movies, I can't go out and party every night and get drunk and not be able to perform the next day. And they're all like surprised, oh, I didn't know, this is so much. Are you kidding me? If you don't want to be poor, and you don't want your next generation to remain in the cycle of poverty, it will require great sacrifice. And you got to make that sacrifice consistently for many years. And after a while, I believe, okay, and I was 22, and my priorities were very different. And I couldn't understand, oh my God, it was so difficult to make those sacrifices. I had to say no to my friends. I had to say no to my social norm. You understand? All right? The normal stuff people do. And I realized that a lot of people are not willing to give up the normal stuff because that normal stuff gives them this temporary release of a hormone of happiness, I guess, Oh, I went for a great dinner with my friends. I went for a movie. But that's the 99% of society do that, okay? And I realized I had to make sacrifices. And Dato Sri Vijay asked me when I started my journey, Patman, are you sure you're willing to make the sacrifice? And I'm asking you the same question. All right? Are you willing to make that sacrifice? Because you see, what you're asking for, and I wrote this in my book, I think, you're not asking for a lollipop. You're asking for financial freedom. Something that generations before you never had. Something people write books about, YouTube videos, And it will require you to make great sacrifices. And you must make that sacrifice without regretting it, without complaining. Because sacrifice with complaint is bad. And I realized that in the beginning, that I used to complain to Dato Sri Vijay, oh my God, it's so difficult to be an upline, to be a networker. Like you got to be switched on all the time. It's non-stop meetings. It's non-stop, managing your downlines, solving their problems. And then suddenly there's challenges in your market and you got to be the warrior because you're the upline. You got to reply tons of WhatsApp messages, guys. That's crazy. All right. Then you got to watch Chief's Wednesday message. Then you got to sacrifice Sunday 8 to 8:30 and be on Instagram Live just to get that click. All right. Then you got to attend VCon. You got to listen to your upline. You got to go power of association. But you see, if you complain about it, it simply means you don't know why you're doing it. And sacrifice makes no sense. And I agree with you. If you don't know why you are sacrificing, like all the mothers on Instagram Live right now, you know why you made the sacrifices for your kids, the late nights, staying up worried for them, okay, or looking after them, or sitting down and finishing their homework, and that is, why you're making the sacrifices as a mother. It's the love towards your children. Now, the problem in network marketing, everyone supposedly makes the sacrifices, but if you don't know why you're making the sacrifice, then the sacrifice becomes painful. And you see, the word sacrifice alone seems like a very big word, like sacrifice, all right? But it's not supposed to be painful. It's not supposed to be negative. It's not supposed to make you angry or depressed. Sacrifice is supposed to put a smile on your face because it justifies whatever pain you're going through because you know why you're doing it. All right? And I agree, nothing happens without sacrifice. But you must know why you're sacrificing. So if you're on the journey to max out, if you're on the journey for extreme success, which is a decision you must make, then the sacrifice is no longer called sacrifice. It's just another day. And today when my friends very few friends who are not in network marketing, or my family, they don't understand the way I live. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy to be on calls until 2, 3 in the morning, to make videos consistently for 7 over years, the Wednesday message, to sacrifice my Sunday 8 to 8:30 and be on Instagram live with all of you guys. Tajikistan, I see you. But you see, for me, this is who I am. This is what I do. Because I know why I'm doing it. So make that decision first. Alright? And your ultimate duty as an upline is to convince your downlines, convince your leaders that they have to make that decision. Alright? That they really want success. I know it's oxymoronic, and you might be thinking, who doesn't want success? You will be surprised. There are a lot of morons there who don't want to be successful, who don't want to be a leader, who don't want to be a game changer, who don't want to make a difference around the world. There are people who actually enjoy being mediocre. And if you have those people below you in your organization, it's going to lead to frustration. So you got to sit down with them, as much as Dato Sri Vijay sat down with me, to first make me believe that even as an ordinary person, I can do extraordinary stuff. And it's okay to be ordinary. That everyone you respect today in your uplines, they're just ordinary men and women, common men and women with the uncommon dream, who made that decision that they want success, and then were consistent with the sacrifice they had to make, not for days, not for months, but for years. And then you achieve that success. Then you become a success story. But you need to convince your downlines that an ordinary person can become extraordinary. It's just a decision. It's nothing. There's no DNA. There's no special upbringing. So to be great in QNet, to be one of the success stories that you see at VCon, it is just a bunch of ordinary people who had a tough life, who wanted to break the cycle of poverty in their family, then who made a conscious, powerful decision that they want success, they want financial freedom. And then after that, they made great sacrifices consistently, alright, without analyzing, without evaluation. And they made those sacrifices with a smile on their face. And then they become one of the great ones. So be the one who breaks the cycle of poverty in your family. Make that decision. Make sacrifices every day, because that's required for any form of greatness. To be a great mother, to be a great father, to be a great leader, to be a great founder like Dato Sri Vijay in Japa, to be a great leader of a country, a prime minister, president, alright, requires great sacrifice. Remember that. So I love you guys. Welcome to week 27. Review your TAT. Alright, spend time with your downlines and identify whether they have truly made that decision. If they really want max out, if they really want success, and spend the hours with them, put in the time, and then make sure that that sacrifice is not a negative experience, but a positive experience. Alright, I love you guys. See you on Wednesday for the Wednesday message.